The Bounce House, and it's easy to see why they call it that. Home of the Knights of UCF. What do you think about that? And this crowd is ready for a big one. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the UCF Knights. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Horned Frogs will boot it away to start the game. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So UCF's offense will start this game off. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame you can really utilize.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Finds the tight end. Shakes off the tackle. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Looks as if he's going to run it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like, now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
The Knights come to the line in the hurry-up. Bulls his way forward. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass? The offense knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
The back goes in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Touchdown Knights! And they jump on top. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple of throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. The Horned Frogs offense will go to work for the first time today. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You got to be careful. And, David, I like these guys, too, because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. And it's fun because when you're a defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different things to give other guys help because you trust these guys on an island outside.
The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to...
Off he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now, first and goal. After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. Powers forward. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they wanted. This defense...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. No one's been able to keep him off the quarterback. Career sack number 50.
Like, honestly, in today's college football, if you get 10 sacks in a season, that's considered a really good year. You might be an All-American. To go 50 in your career, David, I mean, nobody does that.
You're just a freak. I mean, your God-given ability to get off the football so fast and to be so relentless and to be so good.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Knights line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll bring it back. It's Marks. He's got great speed. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Moves around to clear up the vision. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
To throw, it's Hoover. Throws toward the end zone. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
They're going to go to the air on third and short. It's complete along the sidelines. It's a catch inbounds, and it's a first down. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
They're setting up the screen. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
And the Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. Little touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Looking downfield, it's Hoover. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. He'll line it up from the right side. A 37-yarder coming up. It's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Brown will throw it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The Knights will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll bring it back. It's Marks. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Baker. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Leaves it with the running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive units.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, and get in the backfield and make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
To the air, it's Hoover. Fires downfield. What a snag by the defense. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
That's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Quickly complete. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You can tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
Quarterback on the keeper. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Great job staying home by the defense there. Offense trying to go option. The QB keeps it, but you see the great assignment football. Everybody's staying where they're supposed to be, and they're able to rally to the quarterback and tackle him for a loss.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Zings it complete to the right. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Knights will punt this one away.
On to kick it away.
And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
When you run this out route, you know you're starting to get close to the sidelines. I know I got to start slowing down and find a way to drag or get one toe, a pinky toe, a big toe, whatever I can inbounds. Nice effort, nice catch, way to keep something in bounds.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Steps away to find some room. Grab behind the line. It's Clay. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. And here comes the offense on second down. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Touchdown, TCU! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Gets it out fast. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Wants to fire on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Pittman. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Pocket starts to collapse. Makes the grab on the left. And they just can't square him up, and he gets down to the 36. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Brown wants to pass. Caught. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
To the air on first down. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Quickly complete. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the...
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, UCF!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut it. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arkansas is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Hogs have gotten up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tulsa. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Quick completion on the out route. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Looking for a deep man. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Still on the 35-yard line. They'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field. Not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Orlando. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the guys just down the road from our EA Sports Studios at the Bounce House.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the 2nd half here. The night. Way to crank up the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the 1st half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the 2nd half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. The Horned Frogs will have a 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down marker.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
That's caught. It's Baker. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Got it past the marker. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Back to throw. It's Hoover. Setting up the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a crease. It's Cook. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
That's one that DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Grabbed near the marker. It's Clay. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. And you go to old Mr. Reliable in the red zone, and you still have a chance to turn this into 6 instead of 3.
And 3rd down, great job by this offense. Move the chains, give yourself another fresh set of downs, but find the big targets in the red zone. Those guys make life easy on a quarterback.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. The give. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Knights are in the hurry up. Standing in his own end zone looking to throw. The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out.
Speeding down the left side. The 30. Running inside the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Horned Frogs.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And the point after is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
UCF 14.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Red pass, it's complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense flowing with a first down. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. First down to start the drive after the break. Brown will throw it. Dances away. At the 40, there he goes. And how about that run? A huge gain and the slide at the end. The Knights want to pick up the tempo. They'll try the run. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
We wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some win. They've got some hope. The defense now needs to get the football back and keep that momentum going.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going with the ground game left. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
He makes the catch. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that. And here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Time to take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass it.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
That's caught. It's Baker. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29s.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, TCU. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
He lobs one high down the left side. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. They're going to throw it again. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense. defense to turn it over on downs.
And after failing to get that fourth down, it just feels like this game is over. They are going to need a miracle. They're going to need a quick 3 and out. They're going to need a turnover or something to have any shot at getting back in this game.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Here comes the offense on second down. Dropping back, it's Hoover. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Big opportunity for this defense to get a stop and maybe get the ball back on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. He's right on target. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the middle. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! You can see it on the sideline. They've built a comfortable 4th quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
Offense gets set for second down. Brown wants to pass. He's taking a deep shot. Brings it down on the right side. Touchdown, UCF! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there, get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now the play fake. Got his man quickly. On the move at the 30. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical 3rd down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, TCU.
Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on first down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll throw it on first down. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
TCU.
The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
UCF, 28.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay up.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level the next time.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Brown will throw it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Makes the catch past the sticks. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Got it in the middle, it's Cantrell. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Takes it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Looking to pass. It's Hoover. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Wants to throw on third down. Got the quick pass. And that is how we will wrap this one up. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offenses have just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses, and man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.